This is an Ellis Mowers and More product review. Interested in buying this product? The link is in the description below. Have a product inquiry or a home, garden, or automotive product or tool to review? Email me, ellis@ellismowers.com, or reach out on Instagram and Facebook at Ellis Mowers and More. And as always, like and subscribe for more product reviews and small engine content. Well, you've seen them on the channel once already, a couple years ago. I'll put the link below to that video where we clean a bunch of stuff with this. But Super Clean reached back out to me. They're like, hey, we want you to try some more products again. So we're going to do them in a couple of different applications this time. We're going to see if we can clean some grease spots off of a mower hood. And we're going to clean a couple of like shifters on my vehicles, because those can get mighty dirty, especially if I'm going out mobile repair, whatever. Get greasy hands, it adds up quickly on that stuff. So, just as a quick refresher, these are the Super Clean line of products. They also have a floor absorber, excuse me. They have the foaming version of their original formula for their degreaser. It works great. This is my favorite of the four products. The all-wheel cleaner, which I've used quite a bit. It cleans wheels very well. A little bit less abrasive than the original cleaner, so it doesn't leave a lot of residue and stuff on the wheels like the original formula does. Speaking of which, here's the original formula, and then the fourth one here is the foaming formula. Comes out foaming, and kind of more actively works a little bit better in certain areas that may need more of a foaming application. I like using that on in particular when it comes to cleaning engines and stuff on mowers. It seems to work best whenever you need to get kind of like a big oily area or greasy area or something along those lines. So let me set up a couple of case studies and scenarios here. We're going to see how Super Clean works on them. Let's get started. So we're hanging out in the car here. One of the things that gets dirty fairly easily on the car is your gear shift. Right here, you can kind of see on this one that the shifter, I've kind of rubbed a little bit of dirt off, but there's a lot of dirt on here. So I've got the original formula here. We'll try a couple of the others on a couple of other different applications here in a minute, but we're just gonna have a cold rag as well. So we're gonna just spray it on. Just a little bit. And we're gonna let it sit for a minute or so. See if I can get a bunch of this junk off of here in a minute here, when it comes to just the mess that's on this shifter. So we'll let it sit. Says it needs to allow time to dissolve grease and grime. Remember, you can find these guys products at most major retailers, auto parts, big box stores, and pretty reputably priced too for what it is. This is a really strong degreaser, I tell you. It's one of the strongest I've used. Even on mowers, it leaves little residue for the strength of the degreaser that it is. So let's see if we can wipe this off. And I don't know how well that's showing on camera, but let's see if we can wipe off this side over here some and see if we can see the difference. And you can kind of see the difference between right here and right here where I've wiped off. And literally, with just on, especially on the top here, with one wipe, that thing was done. All the dirt came off. So that's super. That's excellent. So you can use it for, you know, car detailing, whatever, when it comes to cleaning up dirty surfaces. And for this gear shift, a matter of 1 minute, and we're looking a whole lot better. So just with a little cold rag and a little bit of spraying. So that's excellent. So we'll move on to our next case study. And to just show you, this rag was fairly clean when I got it. There was a little bit of discoloration, but all that gray stuff is just the dirt that came off of the shifter itself. So that's pretty dirty when it comes to a shifter. And you don't realize how dirty it is until you clean it. So second case study, we've got this Cub Cadet that I've had for a while in the queue to get fixed, but it's been sitting out here for a couple years, and you can see the hood is very it's had all kinds of weathered mess go on with it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a couple areas of it, see if we can clean it with the a couple of their products. The first one's going to be the spray. Like I said, this is my favorite because you can cover a ton of area very quickly, and you can see just that right there, 2 seconds of sprays covered that huge area. In terms of the foaming, we'll put the foaming on this side. You can see it doesn't cover as large of an area, but especially like if you're going to get down into engines and stuff, it'll get into those crevices and creases better because it's a little bit more of a concentrated. You can see it kind of running down the hood here. So we're going to let it sit for a second. We're going to use my rag, and we're going to see if we can wipe off some of this stuff off the hood even without pressure washing. We're going to see how good it does. I'd imagine it's going to wipe most of this stuff off, and we'll let it sit for just a little bit longer and see what happens. I can already see the dirt kind of lifting up off of the hood here, so we're going to just do that. Like I said, I haven't cleaned this thing in like 2 years, and that was quick. You can see I'm doing it on the area that doesn't have anything. A little bit more effort to have to do that. This right here lifts the dirt just basically like I could probably just wipe it off with my finger right there. It's really easy. So let me look how quickly, look what we have done already in like 2 seconds here. So whenever I clean this mower up, it's going to look like that. You can see the difference in the hood. It's pretty amazing. And very fast acting too. Y'all saw I did it in real time. Like I said, I don't have any complaints with these guys. They're great. Products made in the USA. Great support team. Really good. Last case study I might do, I've got the wheel cleaner. We'll throw some wheel cleaner on one of these mower tires back here. So here's the wheel cleaner. It's a little bit, I think it's a little bit different formula. Helps more with brake dust and stuff. I would imagine, you know, a lot of these hard degreasers will sometimes leave residue on wheels and stuff. I would imagine this is specifically formulated so that it doesn't damage like your aluminum wheels and things like that. Wheels are expensive nowadays. They make them 20s and 22s for everything. So you don't want to be damaging the wheels, damaging clear coat and stuff on those pricey wheels. So I've just sprayed some of this wheel cleaner on here. It's more of a foaming action, similar, you'll spray it similar in nature to that foaming cleaner that I just did on the Cub Cadet. And so we'll let it sit for a minute. We'll see. Like I said, these wheels have been sitting for a little while, so we'll see if just simply wiping off will get a lot of this dirt off. And look at that. So it does. And if I wipe over here, you can see it reduces a lot of the effort that you have to have in order to get a lot of this dirt and stuff off. So that's where it comes in. You can get it off with a degreaser or with just a cold rag, but what Super Clean does is it helps lift that dirt. That way all you got to do is basically just give it a quick little swipe, and it's coming off. So, and I'll tell you, it really works. I just showed y'all 3 real-time cases as to how well it works. So we'll go ahead and wrap this video up next. So we just saw 3 case studies where this Super Clean has worked really well in all 4 applications, or all 4 variants of their products. Like I said, they also have the floor absorber. I'm going to post the other video that I did a couple years ago highlighting their products and just how clean it got everything. With these products, I have had some of the cleanest mowers I've ever had with just using Super Clean on them. So great stuff. Big thing I like about them is they're an American company, so you're supporting American-made products and an American crew of support staff behind them. And so that's good. And like I say, you're going to find them in many major retailers. And for the price point, it's really good. Just remember, this stuff is strong. So just read the instructions before you use it. They recommend testing it in an inconspicuous area just to make sure you don't leave any residue or that you may not want. That is one of the byproducts. This is on the lesser end of residue than other products that I have tried. So didn't really have any problem with much, if any, residue left whenever I washed those mowers a couple years ago. Again, just a cold rag, and we're making things, just shining things up that have been sitting outside for years or have had dirt and grime caked on them for years, from that shifter to those wheels to that mower hood. Super good stuff, and make your stuff super clean. So thank you all again for watching this video. You'll see these products in my repair videos as I clean mowers and other machines and get them ready to be sold to get top dollar and top value for them, thanks in part to Super Clean. Thanks guys, y'all have a good one, and thank you Super Clean for sending me the products to try. Y'all stuff works great. Take care.